am Shelby Charlesworth. I am the Community Partnership Coordinator here at the Kiyooka Ohe Arts Centre, which is where we're located right now. More specifically, we're standing in Harry Kiyooka's past art studio, which now we use as occasionally an exhibition space when we're having special events. And we do have a special exhibition curated by curator Ash Slemming. Katie and Harry moved out here, I believe they bought the land in 1973 and were more finished their creation with all of the buildings in 1978. And then the sculpture park itself, Kiyooka Ohe Arts Centre, was founded in 2007. We are located in Springbank in Calgary, just on the outskirts on 20 acres of land right now. The front 10 acres of the sculpture park are where all of our sculptures are located, kind of spread throughout the space, and then the back 10 acres are all some of the last protected woodlands located in the Springbank area. On site, there are 3 different buildings. There is the original residence of the founders. There is Katie Ohe's studio, and that's also where our artist in residence has their studio. And then here is Harry Kiyooka's previous studio, and we do keep it quite similar to how he had it set up when he was still creating work. As an ode to him, and it's something that we really care about. As you can see, we still have paintings off to the side. You can see all of his canvases and easels still up at the side here too. So when folks get to come out to the park for our special events, exhibitions, fundraisers, they can see where he spent so much of his time, and we can celebrate Harry's legacy as well as the continued influence that Katie Ohe is having on the community as well.
I'm Ash Slemming, and I am the Marketing and Communications Coordinator out at the Kiyooka Ohe Arts Centre. I am also the curator of the exhibition in Harry Kiyooka's studio this year called Loop&PARALLEL. And it was really such a fun exhibition to curate, to be able to pair Harry Kiyooka's artwork alongside Katie Ohe. This exhibition was curated to honor their legacy as founders of the Kiyooka Ohe Arts Centre, as well as to pair their work with artists who have echoed a lot of their modern abstraction and their geometric aesthetics and some of the forms and playfulness that they have within their art practices. So Reese Farrell is one of the artists. We have Christine Zingler, Joanne McDonald. There are some pieces by Chris Cran, as well as Sinead Ludwig Burgess, who has done some sculpture as a student of Katie's as well. Even after Harry's passing, his legacy and the impact that he's had really lives on. And this space, I feel, you really feel that when you come in here, and you can see his easels set up, you can see how he worked, you can see all of the materials that he was interested in still here. And so the ability to have an exhibition in his studio is also really a beautiful thing, and not a super common experience within the art world, I don't think. So that was a real privilege to be able to curate this exhibition for the fall fundraiser this year, as well as for people to come and see until the end of October.
On top of being a sculpture park where people can come enjoy contemporary art and nature, we also have an artist in residence program. So what Katie acknowledged through creating this artist in residence program is the profound influence that artist residencies had on her own career, and she kind of noted that they really helped springboard her into a creative practice that was sustainable and able to build a career out of that. So we focus a lot on what Katie Ohe called the 3 R's, which is research, retreat, and residency. Anywhere between 4 weeks and 12 weeks of the year, we'll have a different artist out here who will come work in the residency space, create work, and then at the end of their residency, they will either do an artist talk, a workshop, something that is free for the public to come to, so that that's also given back to the community as a way to continue education as well and offer arts education.
Both Katie Ohe and Harry Kiyooka, within their art practices, really benefited from doing artist residencies. So both of them traveled to places like New York and Japan and Italy, and they were able to learn a lot from those spaces in bringing back to the prairies some of the philosophies and ideas about art that weren't super prominent here at the time, including postmodern abstraction and the kinds of aesthetics that you see within this exhibition. A lot of them are from the 60s and 70s, and these kind of colors and these kinds of approaches to art were really uncommon at that time. So it really brought a lot of playfulness into Alberta's art scene.
Something that I think is really unique about our residency program is this past year we had 2 separate artists who they were both taught by KDOE in the sculpture department, but not only were they taught by KDOE, both their mothers were taught by KDOE in the sculpture department. So she really has this like multi-generational influence on sculpture within Calgary, within Alberta, within Canada.
KOEC has lots of ways that people can learn about the park. You can go on our website, but we also welcome people to come for self-guided tours between Thursdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we also do guided tours during our summer season. There is some opportunities to come and see the exhibition on Friday afternoons, as well as there's a curator and artists walking tour on October 23rd that has limited capacity, but we do have some opportunities for folks to come out and see the space and really be inspired by art and nature.